I spent the first part of my career not working in universities. I didn't go to work in a university until the late 1980s. And it was a very traditional university in Britain, one of the most traditional. Fine establishment, but very traditional. And the way that we taught was very traditional. We lectured. The way the students learned was very traditional. They had to learn what we told them to learn. And the way we tested them, or assessed what they had learned, was very traditional. It was in the form of essays. Long essays, typically 5,000 words long. Now, I had done many different kinds of work in education and in other fields by then, but what I had never done was mark an essay. So I had no idea in any logical way how to decide that this was a bad essay and this was a good one. Oh, I knew, because I'm not daft, I'm not stupid. I could read them and I would say, that's not very good. That one is very good. But you have to have something a little bit more constructive, I think, to feed back to the students. So to my delight, I discovered Biggs and Collis's book called The Solow Taxonomy. And SOLO stands for the structure of the observed learning outcomes. And it was actually written specifically to help people like me to grade students' essays. Now, you can see on the slide that he also has a gradation of difficulty. From what he calls ignore the pre-structural, because we would hope that none of our students are so chaotic that they can't get 1 mark. So we'll forget about the bottom level. But unistructural is his basic level. Then we have multistructural, relational, and extended abstract. And these are steps of difficulty. And as you can see on the slide, he also has a range of vocabulary which you can use in your learning outcomes to indicate the level of difficulty. Now, he argues that his taxonomy is suitable for any subject and not just, as it was intended originally, for using in grading essays. And I think that you will find it a combination of the two. When I started writing learning outcomes, I used Bloom and I also use Biggs, because in fact you can match them. Bloom's highest level of complexity is very similar to the extended abstract of Biggs. So you can use the vocabulary from both as sources for writing your own learning outcomes.